Do you know the story of the two heroes of the Duchy of Eternia? It goes without saying that the first is Brave the Templar, Grand Marshal of the Eternian forces. The second is the Swordmaster, Nobutsuna Kamiizumi, greatest swordsman in the land of immortality. We are blessed to have not one, but two great heroes in a single generation. You are the Templar's daughter, young lady? And you are a disciple of the Swordmaster? Well, I never. Still, I'll wager you haven't heard the story of the one true love of the Templar and the Swordmaster. All those my age know the tale. Ask me anything. Before he became a Templar, Brave Lee was a talented young student of the Orthodoxy from a rural village. His counterpart, the Swordmaster Nobutsuna Kamiizumi, was a top young swordsman at the city training hall. The two met here in the city and became fast friends as they trained together, honing both mind and sword arm. One day, the Templar returned to his home village, accompanied by his friend, the Swordmaster. However, when they returned to the city, it was clear there had been a falling out between them. Both refused to speak of it. They also all but ceased training together in the way of the sword. Word spread among the townspeople. We all had wondered what had happened between them. When the Templar later brought his betrothed from his home village to the city, the rumor started. Had the Swordmaster and the Templar become rivals over this beautiful young girl? The Templar became a bishop of the Orthodoxy at a young age, while the Swordmaster stayed as assistant instructor at the training hall. The year before the Great Plague, the two who had avoided each other so long suddenly engaged in a duel on the city outskirts. They fought for 3 days and nights in a constant flurry of sword blows, their clashing blades ringing throughout the city. At my best guess, the Swordmaster won by a narrow margin. In the end, it took a score of the Orthodoxy soldiers to stop the fighting. There is no doubt in my mind that the two of them fought day and night over the enchanting Mazur. It was an epic battle for all involved. Afterwards, both were disciplined for taking part in the unsanctioned duel. The Swordmaster visited Mazur alone. Soon after returning to the city, he set off on a journey to train in the art of war. Not long after, the Templar traveled to his village and brought his betrothed back with him. We all thought the Swordmaster had confessed his love and been spurned, leaving him broken-hearted. The duel was most likely a deadly struggle to see who would have the chance to declare their love first. Then the Great Plague descended. Amid the chaos, the Templar and Mazur were joined in marriage. I cannot recall how many years it was before the Swordmaster returned. He took part in the Templars' uprising that followed. Who can say what was in his heart at the time? It is beyond the comprehension of simple folks such as I. Oh, really?
Edea, when did you return?
Never mind that. Are you all right?
Of course I am. You mustn't trust everything you hear. And I've been feeling quite a bit better since I came here. I am Edea's mother, Mazerline. Thank you for looking after my daughter. So, you are the Wind Vestal? I am the Grand Marshal's wife, after all. I hear much to which others are not privy. And I am particularly well informed about the Wind Vestal's traveling companions. Sir Alternus provides me with the latest news.
Mother.
How wonderful to see you so full of vim and vigor.
I'm sorry if I worried you, Mother.
There's no need for that. There's no need to worry about me.
It's time for your examination.
Forgive me, but this is where we must say goodbye. Please, do look after my daughter.
Mother.
Oh, Edea, good to see you.
Excuse me, Mother.
What is it, child?
It's... never mind.
Yes, perhaps. Edea, your mother and father were born right here in this village. Though they were 5 years apart, they were quite close, you know. They lived near each other, and their families got along quite well. It was as if they were brother and sister. At age 18, your father left to enter an elite school in the city of Eternia. He was the great hope of the village, you know, and he did all in his power not to disappoint. He eventually graduated at the head of his class and made a name for himself in the city. The pride and joy of our village he was. It was 21 years ago when your father asked for your mother's hand in marriage. She just 19, and he but 24. So it was they began a new life together in this city of Eternia. It was the following year that the Great Plague struck our village, wiping out most of the residents. Yes, perhaps. Yes, the Great Plague. 20 years have passed since it first struck. A sickness that began in eastern lands soon spread, wreaking havoc across the world ere it reached our land. It struck the year after your parents were wed and moved to the city, you know. Once the plague took root in Gravemark Village, all roads out of the village were closed. It was on orders from the head temple of the Crystal Orthodoxy, ruler of this land at the time. But I still believe they made the right choice. After all, the city of Eternia was spared the Great Plague's devastation. Millions upon millions across the world lost their lives in a matter of months ere the plague subsided. And I have been tending the graves ever since. Your parents paid us a visit upon the road's reopening, you know. They seemed truly sorry that their hometown had to be forsaken for the good of the city. Yes. You may stay the night if you so wish.
What can I help you with?
Oh, look! The Wind Vestal and her merry band have graced us with their presence. We haven't come to hear you sing, if that's what you think. Oh, please! I'm sure you heard rumors of my voice and couldn't help but come to see for yourself. Because we all know when I sing...
We go wild!
Shut it! You won't get your way so easily. I'm afraid it's futile. My personal guard would gladly die for me. Isn't that right, darling?
We're here for you, Praline!
Thank you all! Let's sing a little tune then! Love in the Crossfire! Daddy, my sight, get you tonight. Love in the Crossfire. Not so fast. Come on, shield bearer! What are you doing? This isn't on the set list. Nobody can hear my song now. I'll just have to sing louder. Oh, this isn't working. Time to blow you sky high. How's that? No way! It's useless! Ah, why are you being so mean? You're supposed to worship the ground I walk on. Oh, kick the Wind Vestal and that other riffraff out of here! ordinary life.
No, Bailey! Don't leave us!
I'm so sorry, everyone.
The plan went off without a hitch. You drowned her out completely. We should suffer much less attrition on the Eisenberg Bridge from now on. You've done us a great service.
Welcome to our humble abode, Vestal. We are honored to receive you and your companions. I am Commander Goodman's wife. Please call me Eleanor. My husband has told me to receive you and your companions as guests of state, Vestal. Please make yourselves at home. Unfortunately, in a time of war, the hospitality I can provide is limited.
Oh, there's no need to go to any trouble for us.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
Oh, Commander Goodman! Good to see you made it home.
I came as soon as I could when I heard the Wind Vestal was holding a banquet in my honor.
A banquet?
My wife is also most pleased. You can see she's all in a bustle getting things...
Commander Goodman! Please call your wife in here at once!
What? But why?
Just do it, please. Eleanor!
We were too late!
No, there may still be time. Just play along, everyone. Okay?
What is wrong?
Something terrible has happened! It's Nastasia! She's dead!
Nastasia is dead. She was not breathing and had no pulse.
We believe a blow to the back of her head with a blunt object is what killed her, but we haven't found a weapon.
We've placed her body in bed for now.
I'm more concerned at the fact that the front door...
Won't open, right? This is all feeling very familiar.
What do we do?
We cannot let anyone get killed needlessly. Let us head to the bedroom.
Commander Goodman, I must ask you and the others to stay here.
All right, but what is going on?
What? Commander Goodman and Officer Neuer were killed?
Who could have done it?
It could be the covert unit of the Black Blades. Perhaps one of them disguised themselves as the servant. Yeah.
How the heck?
As we thought.
So you have discovered my rooms. I never expected you to notice I was merely posing as a corpse. How clever of you.
Ha! Just as I suspected!
It is our second time around.
I have yet to slay my mark. Trust the Wind Vessel and her troop to show up at the worst possible time. Well, it seems I have no choice, but...
Yeah, we know. You can skip the speech, Konoe Kikyo.
Here she comes!
Any last words before you meet your maker?
So, the ninja chooses to remain silent upon her death?
You think? It looks like she has something to say. Look, she's changed her disguise again.
I used the turmoil as the war drew to a close to finally round up the shield-bearer commander and his 2 top officers, but all of my effort has been for naught. All was going to plan until I used the wind vessel to lure my victims, and you all come sauntering in out of nowhere and ruin everything. That is the last time I trust alternates for information. I pitted Officers Steiner and Neuer against each other. For all that time. Yet you got me in the end. Wind Vestal.
She got that off her chest quick.
Wind Vestal, what on earth is going on?
Yes, indeed. Without an explanation, we are all in the dark.
Well, to put it plainly, a ninja of the Black Blades had disguised herself as the servant Nastasia and plotted to kill you all.
She used the Wind Vestal's name to get you here. We were able to stop her in time, though.
Astounding! And those invitations.
Completely fabricated.
How could this happen? The shield bearers almost suffered a tremendous loss.
How did you see through the enemy's ruse, Wind Vestal?
She saw a vision.
Ah.
Wait, Idea!
Let it go. It's not too far from the truth, after all. Oh, one more thing, Eleanor.
Yes?
You would do well to check the cellar. You may find Nastasia tied up down there.
I will.
I guess that's case closed then.
Thank you so much, Lady Vestal. You have done us a great service.
Yes. Well...